Hi, my name's Kevin and I am the Bad Back Gardener. In this video today we're going to be doing a beginning of May garden and property tour to see how the projects and how everything is coming this spring, to see what I've been up to and how everything is coming along. So we'll get started with that. Okay, right here, and I'm probably going to pronounce it wrong, are the Dracaena plants that I overwinter in the house, and they've been growing pretty tall. So they survived another winter, as you can see here, and looking pretty good. They need some of the dead stuff from last year, the old growth trimmed off of them, but they made it through another year and looking pretty good. And then over here, if you've seen some of the pictures or progress of this area here, this is where I built the stone wall and stuff from last year. If you've seen that video, and then I did some landscaping here. You got the weeping pussy willow there, and then some my tulips all came up that I put in the ground last fall. Come up real good, looking all colorful now. I did lose a couple of the yucca plants. Those were out of my other yuccas. I transplanted a couple of those. One out of the three made it through the winter and is still living yet. Two of them, one may be still alive a little bit, the other one's dead. I'm going to transplant. Those are kind of temporary plants anyways. One I'll leave in spot, but I want to plant some more colorful bushes here anyways, so it's not a big deal. I kind of put those in as a temporary landscape and see if they caught on, but no big deal. I actually have more of those if I really wanted to plant more there. I have more of the babies coming off my other ones. So that's this area here, and hopefully this summer you will catch up and I will show you this project, which has been ongoing. This is my southwestern looking patio area, and I will be I basically have to put some drainage in here, a little bit of drainage work, and then I'm going to be putting some kind of a floor down here. Stone floor. It's either going to be stone or cement that looks like stone or something like that. So if you've seen you can look for the videos if you want to see how I did the rock wall and stuff. But I built the steps and the rock wall, so that's looking pretty good. And this area hopefully will get finished this year. And then I want to do some landscaping here that's yet to be done. So we'll walk down to the garden here. Now, the garden's still a mess yet, pretty good, but I have done some edging here and getting it ready to rebark this area. I have some bark waiting here. I already got a delivery of it, so this is going to get all rebarked, so hopefully it'll look a lot nicer and hold down the weeds this year. And all my beds have gotten all my mushroom compost added to them and all mixed up, and they all got covered with plastic, which I like to do. One, it heats the soil up, and two, keeps the weeds down, so I only get some weeds showing up through, but it really holds them down in the bed and keeps them from going crazy on me here. So what I have planted up here, these are my early tomatoes. They've been in for about half the row has been in for quite a while actually, and they're doing pretty good. They're coming along. Let me see if I can get you in here and show you what they look like. Now I did put some powder stuff on them just to prevent any future fungal diseases or anything, but they look pretty good so far. Getting some just starting to get some blossoms. I don't like the powder too much when they start blossoming, but and then on the other side, I don't know if you might not be able to see way down there, but I recently planted another round of tomatoes, so hopefully we get some early tomatoes. So I like to cover those up. Even though we haven't had any super cold temperatures, we've had some nights in the low 30s. The row cover works really good on protecting those. And then I also, like you've seen in there, I use the water teepees. They usually protect them real good. I haven't had to put any heaters in this year. Haven't had any temperatures cold enough to where I've had to do that yet, and hopefully we don't, being as it is May, but you never know. There is the new, if you've seen that video, the new addition to the raised bed garden this year. It's a 24-foot long by 3-foot wide raised bed. That's the addition here. And then in this bed we have our snap peas planted. I got about a row and a half here, or this side's planted, and then on the other side about half of it's planted. I need to put the second round of those in. Now that these are getting bigger, I can do that. I just planted some onions recently, and that's what's on the outer edge of these 2 rows of the peas. This here, and then over on the other side, I plant onions on the along with peas. I always have, and it's worked real good for me. And then down here, we planted some, getting covered up here, but probably not a big deal. Some turnips here. They came up okay. They did all right. They popped through. Turnips, got a little bit of lettuce, just enough to get us started here. And then those are radishes. Some of them did better than others, but they're coming up. They're not too bad. And as you can see, here's the rest of the beds. Over there underneath that plastic way over there, I've got some mushroom compost covered, so I was working with it. And in that area down there this year, I'm going to be planting some melons and some pumpkins in that area this year. No corn down there. I'm going to try maybe do corn in another area, another garden, one of my older gardens. Going to try and revive it. In that bed over here is half planted. You'll see it covered. Under the cover is potatoes. And then, let me turn here without whipping it. Under this cover here, this whole row, I planted potatoes. I do not think they've popped through the soil yet. I haven't looked for a while. But I actually probably need to take this cover off this weekend and just to get them watered good. They got watered real good to one day, but I want to water them again. But I don't see any popping up quite yet. They haven't been in super long for that, but they should be popping up soon. Soon, I would think. Let's see here. We'll cut up through this way and see. This is along here. This is where I straightened after I added that bed. I moved the fence, used to be down where the bed is, so I'm going to be. I got posts cut. I need to get them stained and then put a fence back up along here. And I might do another project here. I'm not sure before I do that, so I'm still debating on that one. See what I want to do with that yet. Walk up around the front here. Let's see. I was able to squeeze in a mowing of the yard yesterday in between the rain. Had a lot of rain this spring, and haven't had a whole lot of days that haven't had rain. So this is all cleared out and barked up along here, as you can see. And I'm not sure, I'd have to look up, I can't remember the name at the moment, but we got some, I can't remember what the rosy glow, I think maybe, or something that is. Here's the Tricindia right there. And got some, a lot of the baby yuccas coming up, and the grasses are coming up now that I've trimmed them all down. A lot of these, like here, those are all cone flowers coming up. They've really spread out. They're all along here, cone flowers. Back in there, I got one old tulip bulb, purple tulip bulb that come up. I planted those a long time ago and thought those were long gone. So, but yeah, I got this all edged and barked. A few tulips planted here last year. And all edged. See, it looks a lot better. It just has to fill in now. Got some daylilies over there, and some of the daffodils have died off through there. Now they're no longer that colorful. Some more tulips there. I'm gonna do something with the bird bath areas this year. I don't like the way it's overgrown. The plants that I planted in there have been choked out, and they're still in there, but not the way I want them to be. So I'm going to do a new project over in that back garden. I got it cleared. That's where the corn's going to go if I plant corn this year. Hopefully I get to that. There's my bark and waiting for the garden. That's my bark to go down to the garden. And the boneyard down here with all my composts and rocks and all sand, and not much left of the topsoil anymore, but I got to get some more of that. I got some wood stacked up there for a project. I'm going to do that. There's my shed with a few of my tulips planted. And then we have this area here that got some peonies coming up here. And the daffodils have worked really colorful in here, and had some other bulbs growing, and they've all pretty much the color gone and died off now. Some weeds in there that need taken care of. Got a little bit of color there. That's about it. This is about a week ago. That was really colorful. There ain't no more. So that's about it. Got some projects going on. Hopefully I can get them finished this spring here. So that's going to do it for this tour of the gardens at the beginning of May. We'll probably give you another tour here in a couple weeks, because this time of year stuff gets done fast and starts growing quickly. And get some of the plants out, more plants out from the inside, and get some more seeds and stuff planted, and more stuff done in the garden. So look for those videos. You can also catch up with me on Facebook. You can at Badback Gardener on Facebook. You can also email me at bbgardner@zoominternet.net. And as always, if your back ain't hurting, you ain't working.